Not much. It's not impressive.
Are we on?
Yes,
we are on. Hello, everyone. It has been so much fun.
Has wet herself.
Already chatting with you this evening. No, that was not me in the video. Oh, yes, it is again.
Look,
it's off. Right. Yes, technical difficulties abound. We've had a lot of fun. We have found some of the funniest things in my week has been Tracy falling down. While I was talking to her with her earbuds in, it was quite the clatter.
I cried, I bled. There's a mark on the wall.
I was almost late coming to the show because you wanted to show me this skid mark.
On the wall.
So I hear a voice somewhere. Somebody has to turn that down. We are back. I don't know. This has to be like episode number 172. It is so much fun being with you guys on Monday nights. Don't we have more fun than anybody else?
Totally.
So all my faves are online. Lise, Denise, and Keith. Keith, who is actually hiding under a table right now. He would say he's growling and ready to pounce. Joyce is on. Joyce is going to come and join us for some of our goodies tonight. And Beverly, if you are west of Chicago, if you started now, you could get here because you'd lose an hour. You'd be here in an hour. We will save the macarons for you because they are brilliant. They are brilliant. There's two kinds. There's chocolate and there's also lavender. Which ones do you want?
We might have to duke it out, Joyce. I'll let you know right now. Those are my faves.
Yes. There's some hand pies in there too. James and Jen are online. Hello, welcome.
They just shared. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. So, Joyce has already shared.
Yes.
James and Jen has already shared. These are the only two names in the pot right now. Not the pot. The bowl right now. And we are going to...
Just to clarify.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
It's just a bowl.
Right. We are just drawing the names that are shared tonight, that you guys tell us that you shared tonight for a gift card.
So there are only two names in the bowl.
Two names in there, right? One is local, Joyce, and one is in North Carolina. But we're giving a gift card out tonight. We're trying that because that was an idea that James and Jen had last week. Oh my goodness, look at all these people sharing.
Oh, so
Tracy, my bosses do a lot of stuff.
I know. Least duly noted.
All right,
all the more reason
I'm going to have to turn my
Hampshire.
phone around because, man, there's a lot of things going on.
Do they do out-of-state cases? That's what I need to know.
Right.
Annie Banani, hi. Elizabeth Ann to the rest of you.
Okay. She's not doing a real good job letting me know who's on.
Because
if I look down, then there's that double chin thing, so I got to look up at the ceiling.
I'm just going to fall again.
Right? That'll stop us cold.
Lindsay.
Marcel is on. Lindsay.
She should be here.
Yes, you should be here. You should be here, darling. And I do hear my voice.
Good work. Sorry.
All right, so tonight we are showing you some of our vintage inspired pieces that are brand new pieces. I don't know how many of you know my story about going to Taxco. I was looking for something unusual to do, to shift in a career. And a friend told me how pretty the jewelry that was being made in Taxco was. He had a bunch shipped up to us so that we could look at it, and it was pretty cool. But then my other girlfriend, Carol, who's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life, said, you got to see the vintage stuff. So she got me introduced to all the pieces by Spratling and Margot de Taxco and Antonio Pinedo and the Castillos, and I fell in love because I'm such a fan of that style of jewelry.
And the history. Right. You love a good story.
I do love a good story.
So that drew you in as well.
So I decided let's take Carol and head to Taxco. So we went for a week.
What could go wrong?
Sure, right? I am sure.
People fall down, the two of you laugh, you get
Absolutely.
It's a win-win.
We did laugh everywhere we went with my 5 words of Spanish. And just say it at different volumes. Right? I know it. I'm afraid to meet anybody I saw in that first one.
It's amazing.
But anyway, we left. We made quite an impression. And I went back. I was hooked after that. So all of that. Susie is online, my sister-in-law. Howdy. And it's snowing out in Arizona.
Say the bitter Indiana girl.
Right. For those
we might be just a little bitter.
Right. No, it's amazing. I was watching it snowing today. 2 of my friends in Scottsdale were posting that stuff coming down. It's just starting to snow here. Beverly, is it snowing there? Because you guys were supposed to get it the worst of anyone tonight. But it looks like as Tracy goes galloping away. Anyway, all of that to say, the vintage style jewelry, you know, Carol and I went into 5 or 6 different shops, and it was all pretty. It was cool. It was nice. But the 6th shop had the remade vintage style jewelry, and that's where I fell in love. That's where we grabbed a cart, had no idea how to do it. We just started putting things in a basket, and it got funnier.
So glad you did.
The rest of the week. So I will show you actually some of the stuff I picked up tonight. Vanessa Martinez is with us. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us. And CJ Stone.
Lindsay's husband.
Oh, Lindsay's husband is with you.
Yes.
I got the good stuff over here. Yeah. All right. So in the course of the last 15 years, with a name like Sterling Silver from Taxco, I have been able to pick up quite a few stunning pieces of sterling silver jewelry. So I've been saying for the last 900 episodes, I'm going to show you a couple pieces, and tonight's the night. Here is an absolutely gorgeous piece. This is by William Spratling. I don't know, but when this was made, it's probably in the 1940s. When Spratling got to Taxco, he was just there to write a book. He was a professor of archaeology at Tulane University, and he went down to Taxco, just trying for some quiet time. He noticed the inherent aesthetics of the Mexican people and their craft works, and he was so intrigued with them. Over the course of many years, he went to all of the surrounding villages by canoe, by bicycle, by horse, and invited the best of their craftspeople to move to Taxco. So all the way around, and then they said, you know, you just see people in their carts, behind donkeys, on donkeys, with donkeys, moving into Taxco with a loom or with woodworking or a pottery wheel. And it became this epicenter of culture in Taxco in the 1930s. He gathered a group of men around and taught them how to work with silver. Absolutely fantastic. Now, mind you, this is when silver was 3 cents a gram, so they made some really heavy jewelry, which was gorgeous. But the cool thing, and mind you, this is when Frank Lloyd Wright is building houses. This is that period of time in the United States. He was telling his group of Hispanic men from Taxco, look to your Aztec and Mayan cultures for your inspiration. Don't copy anybody else. It's what's in here is what you need to bring to life. So this is one of the Aztec calendar cups that he's very famous for. These are all amethyst studs in here. This is 150 grams of silver. I mean, this is, and it's also pure silver. This is 99.0 silver. This is fantastic stuff.
It is amazing.
And it's heavy.
Absolutely amazing.
And it's small, Lise. You and I were born a couple decades too late.
Exactly.
This is back when women had tiny wrists. Look at how beautiful and how big this cuff is.
I mean, you all know how small Kathy's wrist is if you've tuned in before. So look at the fit on that. You can really tell who they were making that bracelet for.
Absolutely. Me. And they hadn't even met me yet.
Well, you just came there a few years later, you know.
Okay, so another story that I'm absolutely a fan of is Margot de Taxco, who also was from the United States, who wound up through an amazing series of life events down in Taxco, who was an artist and this group of men taught her to bring her two-dimensional plans into the third dimension. So here's one of her pieces. And again, Margot was she was the woman in this group of men that you saw the picture of in the slideshow. Her pieces.
She's our patron saint.
She is.
She's amazing.
She was pretty cool. But look at the lines and the softness. Again, this is 129 grams of silver. It's a koi fish. It's a clamp-on, what they call a clamp-on. It has a hinge in the back, and again, this fits me perfectly. It's an amethyst set eyes and scale. It is stunning. Margot, in the 1940s, had a staff of 400 people working for her.
Mostly women, right?
Mostly women.
Think about that.
Yeah, she developed enameling on silver. She employed all these women. She would give them cards. There were handmade cards that had each model that they made, and the colorways that were required for that. So when an order came in, she would go get this handmade card and send it out to the woman to make it. That was such a cool story. There are so many things about them that I just love. So there's Margot de Taxco, 129 grams. William Spratling at 150 grams. And then on the other end of the modernity style would have been Antonio Pineda. And these are moonstones. Do you see that blue that's casting up through the stone? That is gorgeous moonstone. And look at how beautiful this lays around your neck. Absolutely love the vintage style jewelry. This is 186 grams, right? You can stop a bullet. If you're going to hit me, we just get right there, okay? Anyway, fantastic pieces. I have boxes and boxes of these. I'll just keep showing you on occasion, okay? Now that you have seen what 99% silver looks like, that is now what, 60, 80 years old. Yeah. 60 to 80 years old. Crazy. You don't ever...
Talk about wearing well.
Right. Absolutely.
Growing old like fine wine.
Right. Now we'll show you some of our newer pieces. This is what... I don't know exactly what Mr. Spratling called this. It's been called the DNA bracelet. It's been called... It's a variation of the caviar bracelet. But I want to show you the craftsmanship in this. We know the person who makes this necklace now. It is a series of large silver loops. Each one is hand pulled and soldered, applied together, then with a barbell of silver and beads that run around it in a helix.
Stunning.
This is probably, not this one in particular, but on my first trip, I bought the Spratling necklaces.
Did you? Did you buy like that
I did.
size?
I bought this one and then the larger one, which I'm going to show you a little bit later.
So pretty.
How beautiful is that? And you can see the helix as you look at it, but it's just brilliant the way this has oxidized and then buffed. This is one of the pieces you just use a cloth. You don't ever dip this. It doesn't tarnish. It is so heavy. This one actually is 84 grams. It is a big piece of silver.
Well, and what I loved was when we did our run through right before the show, and you put it on, you had it on for what, maybe 5 minutes?
Right.
And then you took it off and you handed it to me and you said, it's getting warm. It really, there's some truth to saying that the more you wear your sterling silver jewelry, the better condition it remains in. And it just feels gorgeous on.
It does.
It does warm the skin.
It does.
Lindsay's having big reactions. She said, "Oh my God." Well, that's what we say about your baking.
See the big one, right? Right. Okay, Donna Grande has joined us.
Yes, I think she's
and Keith's mom, Janice, is with us. Hey,
Lindsay's
are you
grandma.
wearing any of your new jewelry? Lindsay's grandma's with us, and Mary Witt. Hi, Mary. Yeah. Nice to see you.
It's like all our favorite people.
Exactly. We're looking at pieces that are vintage inspired, new jewelry. There's a lot of pieces that I'm not showing you. You can see them in the collection tonight. On our website, go to Vintage Designs.
Yes.
And you'll see quite a few pieces.
Right now for them, sorry.
No, there's several pieces by Spratling. There's a couple of Aguilar designs in there. There's, there's one Margot in there, the pin, that blowfish pin, which we adore, by our friend Priscilla. You're going to see lots of cool things, okay?
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm just enjoying wearing this. And even...
She's going to leave that on the whole time.
Exactly.
What?
Well, I'm supposed to tell you how to order because I never think about this. We're going in the braces and belt department. You can either comment, I want SKU, whatever we just showed you, or in the bottom left of your screen, you can press what?
There's a little button.
Yes.
It has a picture and a name of the piece.
Yes.
And it takes you to the website.
Okay, so it doesn't say anything. It is just the button with the picture of it.
It has the name of the piece on it.
Okay. All right. So there's a button in the bottom left. If I could get a show of hands of those who see it, bottom left, or just comment, I want SKU. For example, SKUN 1210 1210. That's how old it is. Because we started with 1201, which is the big one, and that was...
Wow, I never thought about that.
Yeah,
it's literally one of the first
10
part numbers.
Right.
That's amazing.
How cool is that?
Talk about enduring, right?
Right.
Free shipping.
Well, yeah, and free shipping.
Hey,
Yes.
and by the way, Donna, who we just greeted,
Hi, Donna.
is Beverly's friend. Beverly invited her.
Cool. Have you come to see us in Chicago at
Best
Transworld?
people here.
I know
it's
it.
awesome.
We love Beverly. We really
We love
do.
everybody here.
I know
It's
it.
so cool.
I know it. Beverly, really, you could be here in a couple of hours.
Just start driving now, Beverly.
Wait
We'll
till you
save a
see
macaron
the
for you.
apple cinnamon ham pies. I'll put them in the oven. We can have coffee.
Back to the jewelry. So how else?
Right.
So that's how they order.
Right.
If they're on, they're doing a wonderful job of telling us, which
Thank
is
you, thank you,
great.
thank you.
Keep it up.
Hello.
And
The newsletter. By the way, there was a newsletter went out this morning. I don't know how many of you who received it.
yeah, let us know if you did.
Please do. And if you do, if you did read it, there is a code in there that is very special and is specifically for tonight's program. If you did not get the newsletter, please let us know and we will send you the next newsletter, because there's even deals in that I don't share on our Monday night groups.
But today you did something special.
Right. We're bringing our groups together. Right. So the people that read the newsletter are getting a different bonus tonight. And if you want to be on that newsletter, please let us know. We'll put it on. The retail newsletter goes out every other week. And we're experimenting with different dates and times of the week just to see when our audience is online. I've seen...
Lise got the newsletter, by the way. Keep going.
Yay. Lise, did you read it? Thank you, if you did. Anyway, let us know if you'd like to receive the newsletter. It's pretty cool. We're having fun with that.
It is. And we're going to keep giving you, as a thank you to how amazing you guys are, we're going to keep giving you some fun little tidbits in there. So
absolutely.
The newsletters are quick. You can literally read them in 15 seconds. I promise.
Maybe a minute or so for
I mean, if you're really in love, Kathy is a great writer, so I mean, it could take a little longer.
Pressure builds.
It's like, Taste of Home, where they used to hide a spoon somewhere in the catalog.
Oh,
in the
funny.
magazine,
Yeah.
and then you get a code. Yeah. This is easier.
Okay.
Way easier.
Way easier.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that smart.
Yes.
All right. And 1210. 84 grams, $439. But it's forever. It's one of those that you will pass on to your children. All right. Because you're now getting an idea of the tone and the finish of the vintage pieces, I threw some other pieces in that work so well with it. Like this crucifix. This is a beautiful piece. It is a two-piece almost. They're together, but it's the branch, the cross, and then the beautiful silver, pure silver crucifix on the front, the figure on the front. I'm not sure what it's called. Theologically, I love the idea that the perfect is the front, is the Christ figure against the imperfect, the wood, the rough.
That's a beautiful way of looking at it.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's theologically, it's very sound. I do like this piece a lot. I love the artist that made it. I think it goes really well together as well because of that combination with all of the bright, with all the oxidation, with that tonality that comes with the vintage styling. It's been recaptured in this. This is S8537. We've put this on sale tonight. It is normally $69. Tonight only, we have it at $24. It is a beautiful piece. We have two crucifixes in our line. This is the larger and heavier one of the two. And this one is on sale.
Yes.
That's on an 18-inch chain.
That's a great deal. That's only tonight, by the way.
Right, only tonight.
Nice.
It goes back off sale at midnight. All right. Also in the vintage inspired piece, because a lot of the ones that we're showing you really do draw heavily on this bead, this sphere idea, is another one. Again, this is BC 1308, so this was also in the first set of jewelry that I bought on that first day. I bet I've sold 200 or 300 of these over the years, over the last 15 years, because they go with everything. It's a beautiful Western wear. You can wear it with your denims. It's certainly good for a Harley. It goes to so many different directions, but it's a perfect complement to the vintage style jewelry from Taxco. Yeah. This is BC 1308, and this is $129. This is two pieces. Absolutely beautiful. It's finished beautifully.
It is. And it's beautiful. I know we always say this, it feels like a broken record, but it's pretty in a stack. But that one in particular is gorgeous by itself.
All by
with
itself.
a simple little linked bracelet that doesn't overpower it.
Right. Or,
gorgeous.
Yeah, just a leather.
Yeah.
A leather
cord is
suede.
great with it. Absolutely.
All right, continuing in this theme are these beautiful earrings that Elan makes, which is basically the snapshot of the bracelet, and we call these the peas in a pod. There's 3 peas in the pod, and we picked it up because it goes with absolutely everything that is vintage inspired. Elan nailed the finish and the oxidation, the whole look of the vintage style pieces. So we show it with everything of ours, no matter who it's by. It works really well. These are E5107, and they are $64.
A lot of the pieces you're showing tonight look beautiful with that.
Absolutely. All right, BC 1308, E5107, and 1210, which I'm warming up nicely. All right, we are also putting some bangles on sale tonight out of this collection. This is BC 1341. This is the largest of the 3 bangles that I'm going to show you. It is that channeled set, so it's hollowed in the center, it's oxidized, and then beads are soldered to the outer rim to give it a dimension that way and that way. So it's a really pretty beaded stud look. It has that fantastic oxidation. It's perfect with the vintage, with all things motor and steampunk. All of those fun ideas together. This one is more streamlined because of the fineness of that finish, but it is a fantastic bangle. This is BC 1341. It's normally $99. Tonight, get this, it's $29.
Holy
$29,
cow.
right?
I didn't even know we were putting it down that much.
That's what happens when you're the boss.
I turn away for one
right?
second.
So,
Elan's such a cool piece, though.
Elan's earrings, E5107, go great with it if you like a French hook. If not, we also have E1705, which means this was also in my first set of purchases. This is the hoop earring, exact match, the hoop earring. And we have that at $49.
It's a great size hoop, by the way. Perfect diameter.
This is about a 1 inch.
Yeah, it's never going to get lost in your hair. It's definitely going to stand out.
There you go. Again, it's enough silver on the outside to really catch the light with just that detail of the oxidation and the beading going around on the inside. Doesn't that look good with the Spratling necklace? All right, that is E1705, part of my first 10 pieces that I bought in Taxco 15 years ago.
Hey, Kathy?
Yes, sir.
Mary wants to know how big around that bracelet is. I don't know. Do we have a ruler somewhere?
Yes, we do. Mary, this one would be... Do you know where that guide is?
I don't.
I think Shelley has that at home.
But we would call that...
That's large.
Yeah, that's a large diameter.
It's about
small, medium, or large.
And 3/4 inside measurement.
Mary, I have a very, very average sized wrist. It fits me well. I mean, don't judge my...
No, she has all the pretty jewelry on.
Yeah, well, I've got a whole stack. But you can kind of get an idea about how much space there's. So, a little bit big on me. So, again, I have smallish to medium sized hands. But there you go, just for comparison.
Say it's a large.
And Grandma's on.
Mama,
Eunice.
I was concerned I hadn't heard you pop in yet.
And she likes your top.
Well, thank you. It's always nice when your mother likes what you're wearing. Right, Sue? My mother-in-law was not always quite so nice. Sue can tell stories, right?
You're
not wearing that tonight,
are you? It feels like a bottle of wine kind of thing.
Right.
I mean, a glass of wine, yes.
So the necklace, this is the smaller scale of the 2 Spratling designs that I carry. I also have the bracelet. This is the smaller of the 2 pieces. This is BL 1510. Get that? 1210, 1510. You're seeing a trend here, right? It has a nice inner diameter. I have a very small wrist, and I can where this is borderline too big, but it doesn't matter. I still love it. That is BL 1510. That's 38 grams of silver. It's all handmade, by the way. You know, they start with the pellets of silver, melt it down, run it, pull it, you know, make everything, make every piece of this bracelet. We have this one at $219. Here is the larger scale. This is BL 1501. This is number 1. This one is 58 grams, so it's 20 grams more packed in there. And because even though it's the same length, it's because it's bigger, it fits smaller, the inner diameter smaller. So this is actually a perfect fit for me. The large one. Of course it is, right? Mm-hmm. I get the big boy. This one, BL 1501, is $299. Here is the smaller one. So you can see the scale at $219.
Yes. That's a great comparison, actually. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if any of our viewers even recall seeing this style made by a company that's been out of business for quite a while.
Called Silpada.
Mm-hmm. And if you're anything like us, we love jewelry. I used to go to Silpada parties. Right. I still have some Silpada pieces. Right. They were made in Taxco, Mexico for many years.
Right. The girls shopped in Taxco.
Right.
So a lot of their early styles came from there, were sterling silver, were the vintage designs is what they picked up.
Absolutely.
Just when I started going to Taxco, they had moved all of their production overseas, which left a huge gaping hole in the economy in Taxco, which was a rough time. It took them a long time if they ever did recover. Right. I'm not... Yeah.
But what's interesting, though, is I've run into fellow Silpada collectors that have pieces from when they started, and they're nice and heavy, and they've got the weight like ours. Right. But the pieces that have been purchased or were purchased in the last few years of the company were very lightweight. So my point is there are a lot of even fairly well-made knockoffs, but they don't have the heft. They don't have the beautiful closures.
Absolutely.
I mean, Taxco is where they started, and Taxco is where they're still made
absolutely
beautifully. So... really is a collector's item.
We were watching a different show of handmade jewelry, a Facebook Live show earlier today. And it's all handmade, it's all made here in the United States in Los Angeles. And they were promoting that this is real sterling silver plated over brass.
Which was interesting.
Yes. I mean, when I tell you it's real sterling silver, you can cut it in half. You can melt it down. This is sterling silver. There's nothing else in there. It is sterling silver.
And unless it's gold-plated sterling silver.
Unless it's gold-plated silver.
A little bit of that.
Right. And when you do that, you're going to get 2 piles. You'll get a little gold on the top and a lot of silver down at the bottom. We don't plate anything, is what I'm trying to say. This is silver jewelry. Right. This is not plate. This is not anything that you have to mince words about. Right. It's sterling.
Yeah, they're the pieces you're going to want to hand down that you're going to, that you're still going to have in 10,
absolutely,
15, 20 years to give to your kids or your godchildren or whoever's important in your life.
Yeah, this is something. If you meld it down, there is an intrinsic value.
Yes,
but you wouldn't want to because it's too pretty. All right,
moving right along.
Right. Okay. A couple of rings, and I also put the rings on sale that we're showing tonight. This is a fantastic piece called the Heirloom Ring. Again, you can see why it's called the Heirloom Ring. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Love this.
On the wall.
Yes, not Mary's favorite place, because not only was she reflected in this one, she was reflected in every little one of those all the way around, which was kind of fun. Heirloom ring 686. It is normally $59, but because I love you guys best, we have it on sale tonight only for $19. It comes in sizes 6 through 10. This is a lot of ring for $19. Absolutely beautiful. It's going to go right back up to $59 tomorrow. So please strike while the iron is hot.
It's a fantastic deal.
Right?
You're not going to see it for that price again. I can tell you right now. I'll stamp my tiny foot.
The other vintage style ring is this Aguilar design. This is similar to the clamp-ons like I showed you, Margot's, only it's fixed. But it has that gorgeous, what is that, to bypass design that is so popular right now.
That wrap
Again, that heavy beading look with that oxidized center, which, is pulled directly from this idea. I also have this clamp-on, the huge clamp-on, in the collection, if you want to take a look at that. I have one that has this blunt edge. I also have the absolutely spectacular one that is the pointed ends. That's also in the vintage collection tonight.
Yeah, which I'm putting the link in here one more time so people can take a look as we talk.
Ring 686, $19.
Gorgeous.
Ring 444, also $19. And my ring, which is also on there.
And if you've ordered from us anytime in the last 2 to 3 months, with your order at least once, you've received a little ring size.
Right. In fact, Beverly just got hers. Yes.
She did, and she said thank you very much. We provide those when we ship out so that when deals like this come available,
you know what size you
know
wear.
Your sizes.
Okay. This.
I got it.
Oh, I already did it.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Everybody's good.
Everyone's happy.
All right.
Marcel, thank you for letting us know.
Okay. All right. So,
and I'm sorry, Vanessa has a great question. She's asking if it's true that rings that are thicker, do you need to order a size up? We
yes, Vanessa.
Advice there.
These are the standard size bail. They're not overly large, as like others and that I have showed you. The ones tonight, and this one has some give to it. So these will both be pretty true to size. But really, if it's not the right size, let us know. We'll fix it. And because they're handmade, even, if I have 10 sevens, there's going to be a range of a little less than 7, a little more than 7. So if you have a specific question, if you want like a 7.5 or a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, we're good. We can help you out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Marcel, I'm getting you that link 1 second while Kathy goes on to the next.
All right. So the next thing is the granddaddy of our Spratling necklaces, weighing in at 130 grams. I've been watching Call the Midwife, so I know that the weight is very important. This is, again, an absolutely beautiful necklace.
Mary, I'm sorry, not Mercy.
Mercy, me.
Sorry, too much.
So here is the large Spratling. This is N1201, number 1 of my purchases in Taxco, Mexico. Not this one in particular, because I've sold a lot of them since then. Because women they walk by that, see it, and they go nuts. This is fantastic. It's also priced for 130 grams. We have this one at $6.99. Some of these big pieces, contact us on the side. If you want to make an offer, we would certainly entertain an offer.
Absolutely.
But we want you to have these things. We want you to see how beautiful the vintage style jewelry is from Taxco. And wear them. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Beverly, I know you've seen them every time you came to see us in Chicago. I know you've seen both of these styles together. One of the things that I do show people is if you buy the necklace and the bracelet, and by yes, I will make a big deal for you there. You can put them together and make it a longer necklace too. Right?
Oh, Mary, you just wait. At shows, we link these little puppies like daisies.
Right.
Daisy chain those all to death, and they're beautiful. I think it's pretty sometimes when you show a toggle too, when you do that.
Show the toggle.
Yeah, because it's part of the craftsmanship in this. So cool.
You can do that and then put this under it.
Oh, stunning.
Or do something really beautiful like this next necklace that I'm going to show you, S4656, and put that together.
Gorgeous.
Pretty piece, right?
Lindsay, there's your sunburst.
Yeah, right? Love this.
CJ, there's Lindsay's sunburst.
S4656B. This is the beautiful sunburst, which was a dominant theme in all things Taxco. Remember that calendar? Remember all of those things, the sun's rays, because it's beautiful in Mexico and the sun is always out. There were specific deities and specific attributes to the sun. So you'll see it repeated over and over again. Even when you look at, and I didn't see it until today when I had this standing by, in this crucifix, the tail of the figure is actually very similar to the ray of the sun, which again gives it an even broader meaning. So this is S4656 in black onyx. It's got a cabochon with a domed top. We have that at $79. Or if you like bigger, because it is always better, S1648. This is another stunning piece. This is even larger. The lot of detail, a lot more separation, a lot more life in the rays of this sun. And this is definitely one that you could wear with this large look. This is S1648 at $129. And then here's my Spratling necklaces. See how they all work together. All these guys that work together, that learned their craft together. You can pretty much tell who you're looking at when you see them, but there is certainly a similarity too. Okay, we have another bangle. This is the smallest of the three I'm going to show you. This has black cabochons, excuse me, and that's a perfect addition, a perfect complement to either of the sunbursts.
And it's the only one we have. That is the last of its kind. It is retired.
Right. This is the last one. You've seen, I think I've showed it to you in red and maybe in turquoise.
Red.
This is the last one in black. I need a drink if anybody has one.
I'm going to get you one.
So the black cabochons and the black beads, it all works together. This is one that I can wear. It is small enough that it works for me. Also works with all of the Spratling pieces. This is out of the Last Chance bin, BC 3310 in black. Excuse me while I cough up a lung.
Hey, it happens. It happens. She's human, people. So, Kathy just says she has so many favorites, and this is one. So, and Kathy, I don't know if you meant the cab bracelet or the sunburst that we had just looked at, but either one is beautiful.
Absolutely. My kingdom for a tissue now.
Oh, I can do that too.
Yes. I'm going to show you this last bracelet. This is, again, in our Last Chance.
My liege.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was just kidding about my kingdom part.
Yeah, whatever.
But this is a new recreation of the clamp-on. It's so a consistent row. It's an oval, and the side hinge means that the front is uninterrupted. This was a sample that we brought in for a friend. This would have retailed at $329, and it's in the Last Chance bin for $129.
Somehow.
And this one weighs 71 grams. This is no slouch. It's big. It's nice. It's heavy, but it's not over the top. It has a really nice presence to it.
So just for comparison, the sweet bangle, which has some heft, is 16 grams.
Right. Okay.
So just to give them perspective of how much
16 grams
is.
Yeah. These two together would be 84 and 58. You can do that math. And 71. All righty. So anybody have any questions while I go over here to powder my nose?
Well, this is where, the devil on my shoulder would push me in front of the camera, and I would say, it's time for sweet treats right now.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that. It's really just salivating.
I was going to say, she's going to walk away. We're just going to dive in and start
I'm not walking away because I have my eyes on these. We're all hovering. Lindsay, who would be Keith's daughter, CJ's husband, and...
Well, not CJ's husband.
Oh, CJ's...
Fiance.
That's right. Still Lindsay Michael.
That's right.
Lindsay put together 2 boxes of unbelievable homemade goodies. I think you saw the photos already. And we are featuring her baked goods and sweets at our and her business and her at Interior Motives on February 10th. We're having our grand opening party there, which is all about color. At Interior Motives, we're putting out all the spring colors out in her showroom and bringing out all the bright colors in my showroom and having fun, having chocolate, we're just doing a lot of things just to make you feel better.
Things that are good for the soul. And
right.
It's absolutely. We've got people from the Northeast, and apparently even Arizona is feeling a bit of the cold right now. But, we won't talk about the stuff everybody says. It's been a little gray in a lot of ways.
It has been a little
this
gray.
Time of year is just great. So it's fun to wake up and get excited about what's coming next month.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
February 10th.
So February 10th, I seriously doubt that this little brownie cupcake will still be here on the 10th. I know without question that the chocolate macarons,
those are amazing.
They will not make it through the end of the show. And Here's all these. What is this? The lemon snowball cookies.
Oh, no. Are those snowball cookies or?
That's what's written down.
Is it?
Lemon snowball cookies.
Lindsay,
right?
is that
Lindsay?
right? Correct us.
I may have to take a bite.
I don't know. She keeps talking about them when we're not eating them.
I know it, right? So if you send us a note like I want a macaron, I guess I'm saying this wrong, or I want a cookie, we'll make sure that Lindsay gets that. And we will send them to you.
And if you're local, you can find Lindsay on Facebook.
Right.
At Sweet Sensations.
Sweet Tooth
Sensations.
Sweet Tooth Sensations.
And you can place orders. She delivers.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a wide repertoire of what she can make, and it's all amazingly delicious. And
absolutely.
I'm not sure why we're talking about it, why you're not, at least trying one of those.
I was just asking myself that
right
too.
Now, so.
Lindsay Michael makes fantastic chocolates.
She does.
And all these goodies.
Confections in general.
CJ says it's a pineapple cake truffle.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's a truffle. The lemons are the little powdered sugar ones, I think, right?
Excuse me.
We must do a taste
What
test.
I thought was the Mexican wedding cakes are the lemon snowball cookies. Couldn't be more embarrassed.
No, it's fine.
I have
It's
to take
all
one
delicious.
Just to give you a test. All right.
And Vanessa wanted to see one more time. I just gave her the dimensions.
Right.
It's 2 3/8 wide by 2 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get that right? 2 3/8. I think so.
And Vanessa, how big is your wrist? Do you have an average size wrist? Because it's a really nice flat oval.
Yeah. Sorry, 2 7/8. My apologies there. Mm-hmm.
I could wear this. I have no problem wearing
and then
that.
It closes on the side. She was asking again how it hinges.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Beautiful.
Alrighty.
I hope you get it. It's a good one. All right, back to jewelry.
So we're really not taking a bite? We're just going to look at them.
I'm not taking a bite until you do.
I'm going to fix that right now.
Well, there goes one of the
And I hate
crowns.
to be on the camera. And I tried the first one of these while watching drag queens in a bathtub. Well, I'm just being honest. I mean, it's indulgent and wonderful.
Right? Absolutely.
So off camera, here we go.
All right, if you're doing that, I'm doing the lemon. No, that's got powdered sugar. I can't do that.
My gosh.
Oh,
Sweet Tooth Sensations on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Pineapple.
And if you're not local, tell her she needs to get to the point where she is shipping because it's amazing.
Joyce, come see me tomorrow. All right, back to Joy. Oh, and Denise, you can come see me tomorrow too. Everybody in town, you can come see me tomorrow.
Keith can just go to Lindsay's house.
For sure, some of this will be left over. I don't know which ones. All right, let's continue with the theme, crosses. This is a twig cross by our friend Carlos, who is in English classes right now. And I'm not sure how he speaks in Spanish, but every sentence is ended with amen, which makes for some really fun communications from him. How are you? Amen. We're doing well in Taxco. Amen. Love the guy. Love a guy. I love the faith. Speaking of, in the Taxco, in the Zocalo, which is the only flat place in the whole city, is where my hotel is, and the big church of Santa Prisca, and then other tourist shops and restaurants all the way around this beautiful central square. I did not understand because I was raised Protestant. I'm not all that keen on all the religious,
the iconoclasy.
Right. So whenever, and again, it's if you're in a Volkswagen, you're either going straight up or straight down, which is hair raising on many occasions. So when I would jump in a cab to go somewhere, we would go around the Zocalo. We would do this by the church, and off we'd go. I thought it was because of his driving skills. I did not realize it's whenever they cross in front of the church that they cross up. I know, right? It does not inspire confidence.
They really should explain that. I would feel so much better
in Spanish,
also,
right?
The rest of us would genuflect also.
Believe me, I've lit a candle on a couple of occasions. I may not know much, but I was praying. All right, gorgeous twig cross, all handmade, and we're moving into the section of the linear lines in the vintage styles. This twig cross, S8620, is $46. Like all pendants, they are delivered on an 18-inch chain. I'm going to try and show you all the detail work on this cross. There's nothing stamped about this piece of jewelry. And I show you that with BC 4004 because, again, it's that same idea of the wire, of the silver wire, which has been pulled through progressive dies, making it longer and thinner till they get where they want, and then form it that way. So this artist braided them together, finished them beautifully on the end, oxidized, and moved it along. I know I've showed you this before. This one is an easy one to make fit. It's probably an average size wrist. The way it comes, you could stretch it out, you can make it smaller. It's not solid. It has some give to it. This is BC 4004, $129. The patina is the same as the vintage styles.
Yeah. So they look gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous together. And I don't think we're showing it tonight, but there's a choker that matches
absolutely
that as well, or is really similar.
It's called the 7th strand
and it's, choker. I wear it. It's a phenomenal. My neck is not that tiny, but it's phenomenal.
Least you have a small neck. Anyway, BC 4004 for a bracelet that goes with everything. And I don't know, I'm sure a man could wear it. A man with a regular size wrist would be able to stretch it this way to wear it, and it'd be a nice look. Okay, back to a Spratling design. This is a beautiful, more of a tailored look than what you've seen before. This is BC 4001. Again, very pretty, plain, just enough detail to make it quite interesting. BC 4001, $159.
So, in fact, we had someone who bought that literally as the show was starting.
Right, absolutely. I love that. When people hear Mexican jewelry, a lot of people jump to the conclusion that it's Native American. So they see my jewelry from Mexico and they come and tell me about the squash blossoms. So I'm going to use this piece to show you that the Mexican style jewelry, what you see in here and in here, is such a different tailored look than what you would see in the big squash blossoms in this profusion of stones and color in the Native American jewelry. There is certainly crossover. They do all have that same Aztec and Mayan background, but there is a different linear sensibility in the Mexican style from the 1930s and 40s. Any other questions? You're getting a history lesson. You're getting a lesson in sweets. How much fun can we have, right? Okay, to go with that bracelet is the third of my sale rings tonight. This is a recreation of the same lines that you just saw in that bracelet. This is also a Spratling design with that simple eye in the center. It is ring 631, and we have this also for $19 tonight.
Such a great deal.
Absolutely.
And I love those pieces together. And none of us are fans of matchy-matchy around here.
Right.
The themes that are repeated in those two pieces are beautiful. Oh, show.
Here's another contemporary piece, again, that goes with all of our vintage styles because of the element and the color of the silver. This is S4639. This is that double detailed angel's wing for $46. And this is one that I've told you several people have bought this as a memento of somebody who has passed and put like a birthstone in the center between the wings.
And there's room for more than one little bead or decoration there too, depending on the size of them. So it's
absolutely,
there are a lot of options for those sentimental reasons.
Very, very pretty, very graceful, very meaningful as well. And we pulled that because it does go with all of the lines, all of the inspiration of the vintage pieces.
A great choice.
$46, and that's delivered on an 18-inch chain. Okay, we're moving into the corrugated look, which I have showed you before, but again, it goes beautifully. This is E8681. These are tiny little hoops in the corrugated style. I think it's a 1/4 inch wide. It's about a 5/8 inch hoop. I'll take out the other one that I forgot I had on. That's a 1 inch hoop. And then show you how tiny, pretty, but how commanding this little piece is with that nice scrunched look, oxidized with more of a wayward line instead of a consistent line like I showed you in that Spratling cup, but there's a lot of detail going on in that. These are $86.81, E86.81 for $44. Here's the matching cuff, which is beautiful. That shows you the detail and all this gorgeous oxidation in between the ridges.
That's such a gorgeous piece.
BC 1319, a nice big cuff. This would be an average to a little bit larger bracelet. Yeah. And again, there's some gift to it. So you could pull it out a little bit. You can pull it in a little bit without damaging it.
Once you own it, you can really personalize those pieces.
Absolutely. BC 1319, $159, or the next deal of the century is the corrugated bangle.
Deals of the century.
I know. BC 1334. This is close to an extravaganza.
Oh, that's right. That is a good deal tonight. I forgot
$119 tonight only. It's $29. There you go, right there. It's a beautiful bangle. This would be a medium size.
Out the door too.
I know, right?
You're killing me.
I know. Lots of detail, lots of color, lots of gray in that.
So pretty.
Okay, so this is BC 1334, the corrugated bangle. The larger one that I showed you earlier was BC 1341. That's the large, also for $29. And then BC 3310 with the cabochon and the silver bead. This is the small one of the group.
Yes. So something for everyone tonight in our bangle selection. And some really good prices.
And lemon or chocolate, depending on which way you go. All right, so let's introduce. Did you turn on the...
Yep, everything is ready.
Okay.
Let me just make sure it's available.
Yes.
We've had to get really sneaky. Can I be honest with everybody?
Well, you're talking to the choir here.
These go so quickly.
Like before we get to them.
Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy for these.
How pretty is that?
Which is wonderful.
This would be the cousin to the one that we showed you last week. This has the single center stone with the constellation across the top. We like this one a lot. This is chrysocolla, but like I told you last week, I have no idea anything about this necklace, who makes it. I'm not even seeing that it's stamped sterling. So
we're always upfront about that. Yeah.
We're just going to tell you it's $39 because it is really a pretty piece.
Is beautiful. Very
lots
graceful.
of fretwork. This is that Byzantine weave around the stone and the Byzantine chain in the back, starting where the fretwork ends and going back to a hook clasp. We have this at $39 tonight.
And we acquired this, you can explain again, as part
through
of
the guy that told me about Taxco. And this is part of the pieces that he bought, I bet, not long after my first trip.
Okay.
He was interested also in the Native American style jewelry, and I remember him showing me these when he first bought them.
But it all came from one estate, so it's definitely...
And that's chrysocolla.
Pretty mystery.
Chrysocolla is a gorgeous blend of the turquoise and blues and greens.
Yes.
All right, and we're going to end our show with the last deal of the century. This isn't quite as big a deal as the bangles, but it's a nice sweetheart. This is our tiny little 3-bar cross.
I love that one.
This is one that we've had probably at least 12 of the 15 years. Like it a lot. We're down to 2 left. And I'm not sure if we're going to reorder it. I'd like to get your feedback. We have 2 of these. This is S9515. We're selling this tonight at $17. It's normally $34. And the same with the crucifix. We're down also to 2 of these. So when we get to that point, we have to decide, okay, are we going to be done with it? Are we just going to put it on a break for a while? Or do you order it right away again because of how good it sells? We're on the fence with these 2. I love them both. They have both been very good sellers, but we have a lot of crosses like tonight. You saw quite a few of them. So let us know what you think. Do you like the crucifix? Would you like to see that stay in the line? would you like this little 3-bar cross, which is S9515? These are the decisions we have to make daily, and you always wonder, was that a mistake?
What do you all want? You're the
what
ones
do you guys
that we're
like?
here for.
What would you prefer? All right, that is the end of our show tonight.
Except for the drawing. So
the drawing. I'm trying to hurry and get done because that clock on the wall still goes fast. For those of you who shared, we are very, very grateful, and we will be sending you a $25 gift card.
Oh, all of them?
No, for the winner. Oh, I'm sorry.
So let me just make sure I've got everybody, because you all were responding so quickly, which was wonderful. I have Lise, and if you don't hear your name at the end, please shoot me just a quick message, and I will get you added.
Mary's watching.
Okay. James and Jen, Marcille, Kathy Lisi, and thank you all for doing this. Lindsay and CJ. So I feel like that is stacked, but we're going to honor our word and put you both in.
Right.
Especially since you gave us so many delicious things. Annie, my friend Elizabeth Ann, Keith, because Keith is always in.
Yeah. Maybe we should just put half of his name in.
Joyce,
yes.
our sweet Patsy, and Sue,
Nusi.
Okay. And George.
Hey, George.
So who did I miss, guys?
Oh, they just finished up your chain.
Anybody.
They're working on your chain down in Taxco today, by the way. I had it oxidized for you. Okay.
Okay, so if there's no one else.
Anybody?
It's like a 20-second delay.
Oh, that's true.
Well, we're not going to stand here and wait.
No, you could sing a song. You were going to, and then I said,
but nothing copyrighted because Facebook will get mad.
Well,
what about the Jeopardy song?
The Hallelujah part.
That'll probably be copyrighted.
No, let's go ahead and draw.
Okay.
And if we missed you, we will put you in next week. Okay.
Oh, that sounds like a deal.
All right.
And remember, all you have to do to get entered this week is share our event, and sometimes that's how you get in, and sometimes it's something else.
Eyes are averted. I reached for a piece of paper, and it is Patsy.
Yay!
We will be sending you a gift card tomorrow.
Oh, Beverly, I'm so sorry.
Oh, wait.
You're the first name in the bowl for tomorrow, or for next week.
Time. Okay.
No matter what we end up saying the criteria is, so...
We will get you in there.
Yes. If you haven't signed up for a newsletter, please go out and do that. It's 1 or 2 steps. And then you're in. And we only send you a newsletter. We don't spam. We don't sell your email
Absolutely.
information.
We're not smart enough to know how to sell it.
We don't even know how to do that, but yeah,
we barely get it up to MailChimp.
So, so go out there and sign up because you'll get lots of good information.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. I will be nibbling on the rest of my whatever that was. I think it had pineapple in it. And I think, Tracy's already finished hers. And I don't know what Mary has her eye on. But thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next Monday.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.